All right, students, so this week I'm going to show you how to calculate z-scores with Excel. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the variable childs. The reason why is because I know that child is an interval ratio level variable, and in order to calculate z-scores, you need a mean and a standard deviation. In order to get those things, you need interval ratio level data. So we're going to use the variable child. I copied that. Then I'm going to put it here. I'm going to paste it here. Now, there might be some missing values in the data, so I want to remove those missing values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the code book, and I'm going to see that 0 through 8 are all legitimate, valid responses, but 9, if you see 9, that's the missing value, and there's 3 people who said 9, so I'm going to try to remove those 3 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this, then I'm going to press Ctrl F. I'm going to replace 9 with just nothing. So I replace those 3 individuals. Now what I need to do is I need to come over here to data, and I need to calculate the mean and the standard deviation. Because in order to calculate z-scores, I need both of those. I'm going to come over to data analysis, and I'm going to click on descriptive statistics and press OK. Now I'm going to put the output range right about here. So that's where it's going to put the information that I request. Then the input range is going to be all of the data, and I'm not going to put childs because, that's just the name, and I don't want the name trying to go into the calculation. So I'm going to get all 1,500 respondents. So I got all 1,500 respondents. That will be my input range. I'm going to click on summary statistics, and it's going to give me the descriptive statistics for the variable childs, or the number of childs. So the mean number of children is 1.86. The standard deviation is 1.69. So we're going to use these pieces of information. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, for here, I'm going to put z-scores and then here what we need to do is we need to type in is equal to B2, so B2 minus, we're going to come over here to L7, so L7. So we need to do $L, $7. And then we're going to press OK. Now what this just did for us is it took this raw score too, and it subtracted it by the mean of 1.86 approximately. Okay, so now that we have that, that's the first part of the z-score equation. You take the raw score, you minus it, subtract it by the mean. Now the second part of the z-score equation is we then take this number and we divide it by the standard deviation. So for here, we need to do equal to C2 divided by, so divided by this time, the standard deviation, so that is L11. So we do $L, $11, so it's going to divide by the standard deviation. We're going to press enter, and then that provides us with the standard deviation here. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this. Then I need to, and if you're wondering why we did these $signs, because what that $sign does is it fixes it to the L, and then it fixes it to the 11. Okay. So it'll use the same standard deviation every single time, and then when we did it here, the $sign fixes it to the L and it fixes it to the 7, so it's going to use the same mean every single time. Okay, so now I'm just going to go down. I already copied the formula. I'm going to go down, get all 1,500 cases. So now I have the raw score minus the mean, and that's what we have here. Now I'm going to copy this formula And I'm going to do that for the same 1,500 respondents. And then here again, we have the, again, raw score minus the mean divided by the standard deviation, and then that gives you your z-scores for each one of these. Okay, so that's how you go about calculating z-scores in Excel.